So I just realized my live was unlisted. Alright, we should be good. Alright. Hi. Hi. I'm gonna do my intro again. That that work? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. I think that works. Alright. Hi. Welcome to the live. We are gonna be cooking a dish. Yeah. Cooking a dish for you guys. I am gonna make a steak with this and everything. So let's get to it. I just need to cut the knife. I need garlic in here. We are live. Yes, cool. You saw it. I'm so glad. I'm glad. The last one was unlisted, and I was like a bit peeved off. We are public. We need garlic. We need all these potatoes. This is gonna take at least 30 minutes, right? We need potatoes. I'll explain why it'll take at least 30 minutes. Because we're gonna make some mashed potatoes with this afterwards. And I'm excited. Really, really yummy. And really potent. So, a friend of mine who is no longer with us, my old boyfriend, actually gave me this idea to do with potatoes with garlic, where you actually roast them for about 25-30 minutes. You put salt, you add olive oil. In this case, I'm gonna use butter, and yeah, and then they'll be incorporated into a little liquidy aspect. You can mash them up, mix it together, and yeah. So I'm gonna mute Discord, cause screw that. And there you go. Turn off. And yeah, I don't like it when I get notifications when I'm streaming. It does piss me off a bit, just a little bit. So hi Amy, welcome to the stream, and anyone else joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. So we are going to go ahead and do this. Add a little bit more. I actually want to put these in over here. I'll explain why in a minute. And we are going to go ahead and add butter. Now, we don't need to put butter on top of this, but we are going to just put about however much this is. It's like 3 tablespoons of butter. Seems like a lot, but I'll explain it later. This is unsalted, so we have unsalted butter. I'm gonna put it in the middle, right? Middle. Gar! Hi, welcome to the stream. This is the least strangest stream you've seen all night. What about my tail? Is that making it stranger? Yeah. I like it. Make sure you guys share, like, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Right? I need to do that more often in my lives. Oh, that's just weird. So, and yeah, we're gonna get some rosemary in here. I actually got organic rosemary, and I'm gonna do quite a bit. And we're just gonna put it like this way. I do four of them. I want to make it look pretty. It's important to make it look pretty. And we're gonna let it cook in the oven. How you doing, Gar? I'm gonna call you Gar because it's like Garu from Naruto. Garu. Or Gar from One Punch Man. Garu. Are they the same name? I'm mispronouncing them. Holy crap, I'm so sorry. Let me get the oven up here. Thanks. So I want the oven to be at 350. Once it hits 350, we can go and put this in for about 30 minutes, and that will let the potatoes cook fully, along with the rosemary. And hi, model. I call you model. Hi. Rawr. Bork. No, I need a bork. I can't raw. I'm not a dragon. I'm a dog. Thanks for calling me cute, by the way. Appreciated. Much appreciated. So, we are gonna let this go over here because we are done with this. Put this over here. And we can go ahead and work on. Stupid rug! I'm kicking the rugs away. The rugs do not help Likey here. Alright? Listen. Let me tell you a story. Listen all to my stories, alright? If you ever see a rug on the floor and you're trying to do something and it gets in your way, all you gotta do is get your big toe and kick the fuck out of the rug, and it will move out of your way, and then you'll be at peace and happy. Because rugs are evil. I know this. Because I just got in a fight with a rug. Alright. Remember, rugs are evil. They'll kill you if they get a chance. So funny. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of butter. And we are going to add it to our rosemary batch. I know I'm wasting a shit ton of rosemary, but don't question my logic here. Carlos, welcome to the stream. How you doing? So I'm gonna do a basing method with rosemary and onion, and I'm thinking of the words. Give me a minute. Everyone just stare at my rotating hand. I'm thinking of the words. We're going to do a base method with the rosemary and garlic and butter, and that will give it flavor. So we actually don't need much garlic. We just need this. This is going to be for the steak part. Right? And then we're going to do sauteed onions, cabbage, and yeah, modal. I'm gonna call you model. I'm gonna call you model. That's what Light is gonna call you. Ow! It's very hard to open. Why? Start a goddamn fight with a plastic container that I can't even open. Like, what the actual fuck? Yeah, you did it. Ta-da! So I'm gonna go ahead and put all this in the container real quick. Very loud. Now I'm not gonna mince the garlic up, right? I'm gonna just put all this in the container. And then what we want to start on actually right away. I'm a little depressed. I'm being curious. Oh, depression is a terrible thing. Listen, I cannot cure depression. That's a self thing, but I can help you with it by being here with you and barking at you and making you smile, and I can do stupid stuff to make you laugh. I can't think of stupid stuff that I'm doing right now. Wait. Yeah. Wait. No. Yes. This is how I say yes. If I shake my head this way, that means yes. If I do this, that means no. Alright, you understand? Understand? You get the picture of how I do stuff? Wait, no. Yes. You should definitely understand this language. No. Yes. Okay, I did it. Ram! Hi. How you doing, Ram? Ram! Trojan! Oh my god, I'm thinking of dirty stuff right now with Ram and Trojans. Rom, your name shall be Ram. I've solved your depression. You know why you're depressed? Because you're not a ram. Trojans like ram. You need to be eaten by Trojans. Or rammed into them. That's my solution. That's what I think we should do. We should get you some Trojans, and then Trojans can have fun with ram. It's the only way we can measure the significance of our own lives is the value of lives of others. That's true. Electro! Hi. Resume. What? Huh? I'm so confused. Electro, translate what Romulus said. Wasn't there a Greek story of Romulus? No. Some guy named Romulus or something. Romulus. I don't know. There's a Greek dude. Electro, you should be my translator in what Romulus is saying. Alright. Translate it! Translate everything. I'm at your favorite tea place. Oh, nice! Nice! Is the tea yummy? I think YouTube is like broken for a second. YouTube is like anti-wanting to get me views. Hates, like, that's why I think it is. So we are going to get cabbage cut. While you stare at my tail, I get cabbage. Wait, yep. I'm just stare at my tail. Stare at my gorgeous butt. Where's the food? Yes, the tea is yummy. Also, I am no good translating. So, bullshit it. Just bake it as you make it, and I'll just accept whatever you say, Electro. I'll be like, yep, that's correct. Yep, that's correct. Nope, that is incorrect. So, I said in the beginning early on that this is yes, and this is no. Is my oven? Oh, my oven's ready. Alright, we can get this shit going. Alright, guys. Everyone. Oh my god, go this way. Put this in here. Get the timer going for 30 minutes. Time. Oh my god, where's the timer? Look out. Haha! Did it. I feel powerful. If this works correctly, this will be super yummy. Oh! Dude, boba tea is so yummy. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I looked that up one time because I was like doing my 76 furry words, right? And I was like trying to figure out like what Sergal was. And I think I added that to my definition. And like that was on my last definition I was using. And I was like, oh. But I forget what the fuck it is now. Don't use big words on Likey. I have a tiny brain, damn it. Tiny goddamn brain. Do bark. I can only think of barking stuff. Gosh. Alright, cabbage we want. Now, we could, right, put the cabbage in with this, and I'm thinking about doing it that way. We're gonna put the cabbage in. We're gonna burn the cabbage up a little bit. No, I shouldn't do that. If I'm gonna do that, I need to do it separately. I'm gonna do it separately. Yeah, I'm gonna do this separately. So I'll get rid of the big ones, big pieces out. So I'm gonna do this in the oven. Well, except for steak. You can actually get that. You can actually do it separately. Yeah. Oh my god, am I doing? Okay, I did it. Right. And we probably have to saute the onions because I don't think it'll work the right way. Meryl, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm going to write to you. I'm going to write to you. I'm going to write you in full language. Don't write to me in full languages. I'm too stupid to understand 4 different languages. Listen. I know Ukrainian, I know Russian, I know English, and I know small bits of Spanish. Those are my 4 languages. Write to me in one of those languages. And if it's something else, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Electro, figure out what I want to do. If they write to me in the wrong language, I'm gonna sit. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a goddamn chair and sit. That's what I want to do. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. God damn it. This is hard. There you go. I have that. Does that work out for you? Yeah. I shall sit until you write to me in those 4 languages. Let me know when you have. Ooh. What? Basically, I'm a sci-fi nerd. Nice. I like sci-fi. Alright. We need butter. Butter. Butter important. And then I'm gonna drain this afterwards. Cause yeah. I was thinking about adding like tomatoes to this and making a paste out of it, but no. I don't know what I want to do with it. Alright. Oh my god. I'm just gonna set the timer on my thing. That's not what I want. 30 minutes. Alright, I got my timer on my watch because I don't think the oven shit worked, bro. I just do my goddamn watch. Well, I wear glasses, so I figure that makes me one. That's not what a nerd would. Oh, nice! Nice drawing. I would love to see your wolf after you're done drawing, Electro. I would like to see your art. I actually like seeing art in general. So we got 29 minutes and 30 seconds. At 10-minute mark, we can go ahead and work on the steaks, saute the onions, and then do this mixture together. So, yeah, I need to do my push-ups, bro. That's what I need to do. So, what I'm doing is, with the cabbage, is I'm burning the cabbage a bit, and it'll soften it up, maybe charred a little bit, which is really yummy, by the way, if you've ever had charred cabbage. You gotta do it right, though. If you don't do it right, you can mess it up. I forgot to put salt. I just realized I need to add salt. Where's my salt? And then I need to add salt to that too. I'm gonna add salt. God, I forgot to add salt. God, I need to season this. I'm thinking about adding paprika actually. Wait. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do paprika instead. I'm gonna do paprika seasoning on top of the potatoes. And then the other parts will be oh, well, I don't know where it is. God, every time like I try to do something right, I lose some of it. Well, I don't have paprika. I did. Go back. You got any idea how frustrating this is? Not being able to find what stuff is supposed to be and it's just gone because people moved it or it got misplaced or it was my fault or I got cumin. Cumin. Oh my god. Oh my god. What am I doing? Bad at this. Done. My oven. No. Oh. Add cumin. I can't find paprika. Whatever. You can go with it. So what time is it? 26 minutes. Yeah, I was sitting. I love cheese. Best thing I discovered. Dude, cheese is yummy. Cheese is really yummy. Yes, I was sitting there thinking, what am I going to make myself with now? There's something. That's there. Wait, what? Therian! Hi, yes. Technically, I could be classified as a therian. I'm also buff enough. I can do cool stuff. But, like, only for a little bit. That's how I sit now. Okay, also please no spamming. I know we love therians. But, like, I consider myself more furry than therian than anything, to be honest. Because, like, you know. Ugh. Bart! Me barking, does that make me more therian? Oh! Bart cheated in 4 languages. Gotcha. Okay. Oh. I'm supposed to tell that. God. La 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 la. This chair is wobbly. Wait, I realized why. I'm on a rug. This rug is evil. I found this rug to be very, very evil, sadistic, and a piece of shit. I'm gonna toss it. I'm gonna take a water gun, squirt it, throw it outside, and I'm gonna burn the fuck out of the rug. Because rugs are evil. You know, I told you guys a story about our kitty cat. And now I'm gonna tell you a story about the rugs. And how evil they are. And how they wanted to kill Likey in a wobbly chair. That I'm wobbling on right now. Because, you know, wobbly, 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 wobbly. I have too much energy, bro. I have issues. I do. I have issues. Oh. I need to do my push-ups. I did 35, 35, and 35, so that I did 110 push-ups today. Was it 70? It's 35, 70, 105, my bad. I need to do more push-ups. I can't do push-ups this way. I'm not that strong. Yeah, I'm not that strong. What language do you speak? I speak American, Yeah, Gavaru Peruski. Choo-choo means I speak Russian a little bit. Um, this is a what? This is an Atari. Oh, an Atari name change. Oh, Atari's a old classical system, bro. I don't think I've ever played on an Atari before. Played it N64. Played on GameCube. PS1 was my console growing up. PS2 or PS3. Best consoles ever made, by the way. Fuck PS4 and PS5. Terrible, terrible. I mean, PS4 is good. PS4 is better than PS5 because the whole PS5 is where scalping started. And things went downhill with PlayStation after that. And so I don't like where PlayStation or Xbox is heading because Xbox is the whole console group community is like pissed off at Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. PlayStation because they're getting rid of the CD parts. I get it. But then there's arguments have to be made regarding to ownerships in terms of the actual content, and where PlayStation can fully now control the actual console itself and like block you from playing a game. So I don't appreciate that. Are you right now? I'm being a therian, but I am also a furry. Don't be angry at me. Don't be angry at Likey. I'm a cute floof. This is hard to tell. This is very hard to tell. Look, I have a small thing. Does that help? Does that, does that help? Does that help answer the question? Wait, if I have a tail, does that make me a therian? And the furry, I can be a therian and a furry at the same time. I can be. Turn that smile upside down and make. Wait, no. Turn that frown upside down and make it a smile. Damn it. There we go. Yay! That could satisfy you. That's the whole point of this content. I'm cooking right now, and I've got 10 minutes before we start the oven part. Stovetop. Oven? No, we're doing the oven part now. We're doing the stovetop in 10 minutes. Alright. 10 minutes and 25 seconds to be exact. About 9 minutes and 24 seconds. I finally find Galaxy Book Ultra 4 and Galaxy XR headset for around. Oh, nice. That seems expensive. Oh, don't get the Galaxy Book, Samsung Galaxy Book. Oh no, that's a terrible price. I think they're using a Snapdragon to run their processor. Really, really cool. Now, I know the next gen Snapdragon that's coming out is actually expected to be around a little bit faster than the current Intel's and Ryzen CPUs, which is impressive. So, but I don't know how they got their information and what benchmark tests they're using or any of that. All I know is they're going to be much faster. So, take it with a grain of salt though. Mukbang? Ew! I am not doing mukbang. That's disgusting as fuck. I actually don't support mukbang. Like, I don't. So I was watching this TikTok creator, and all they do is mukbang. But they ordered $70 worth of fucking like McDonald's shit. Like, that's dangerous. Is Nickel Avocado alive or dead? I need to know whether he's alive or dead. Someone tell me if he's like, because I haven't seen him post content in a hot minute. Just because you get surgery and just because you work your ass off to, get back into normal, right? Hi, Marl. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. That does not mean that you can ever achieve your health level back to normal. Mukbang is one of the worst things you can do to your body system, and I don't support it because yes, you can reverse your physical fitness look physically, how you look, but you can't reverse the internal damage ever. Like, that's impossible. There's issues with having the liver being fatty. There's issues with your intestines not working properly. There's issues with your heart issues. There's issues with blood clots potentially, and all those. Bye, Electro. Thanks for joining. And there's a whole bunch of other issues regarding to doing mukbang because you're eating unhealthy food on purpose and gaining weight on purpose, and it's very, very dangerous. So, and some stuff you can't reverse. So I don't actually know if nickel alcohol is alive or dead. But yeah. We're gonna turn the oven on. The stovetop. The stovetop. We turn the stovetop on. Stovetop's go burn. So, you will never see me be fat to that level. And I mean fat in the sense that like one person is weighing 300, 400, 500 pounds. Like ever. I don't mind people that are like 200, 250, but once you reach a certain level of weight, that's a problem. Now, I also realize, and I accept and appreciate that there are medical conditions that cause people to gain weight, and there's also medical conditions that cause people to retain water more than others. So keep in mind, I'm not body shaming those medical conditions because those are completely out of control of those people themselves, and those are medical diagnostic issues, completely separate. But if you decide to get fat and do stupid shit just to whatever your reason is, that's on you. You deserve the consequences of, the negative outcomes. But if it's a medical condition where you have an issue with glucose or any of the other conditions that could relate to water retention easier, that's different. I do feel sorry for you because that's something that's out of your control and you were born with, or it was caused over your lifetime span. So, hey Enigma, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Looking into Call of Duty? No, I hate Call of Duty actually. Never been a fan of Call of Duty, and I never will be. So I want to start off with. I'm gonna try and just do some order. So I want to start off with doing sauteed onions. Oh my god. Cleaning stuff because, yup. We don't clean stuff here nowadays. Apparently that's not a thing. This is not a thing. Disgusting. I dropped the pan. You guys didn't see that. No one saw that. Oh my god. Alright. Try it again without dropping the pan this time. Alright. Second time's a charm, right? Did you guys see that? Oh my god. Did you see me drop the pan? Probably didn't. You heard of a game called Deathloop? I've never. Oh yes, I have. Markiplier played it. I think Markiplier played it once. Leo, hi. How you doing? So I don't want to do too much seasoning, right? This is just shake off. We are going to go ahead and start off with sauteing the onions because that's what we want to do. Yeah, don't need to do much, but we do need to do some. quick saute here. So, alright. Listen, yes, I am. I want to do a special content for every 500 subscribers from here on out. Cause like I grew really fast within like 3 months and I couldn't keep up. So I was like, screw it. I gained like 800 subs in 4 months. So it was crazy. So that's why I didn't do a special. But I just couldn't keep up with it. And so it was really difficult. So. Electro is gone. Do I support pride flags? I am gay, Ashley. Full on gay. Autumn, hi. Hi. Yes, I'm fully gay. I support pride flags. I actually have a pride flag, by the way. I can show you guys. It's a gay flag. I swear, fuck God, throw away all these fucking rugs. So, I'll show you guys the pride flag. This is my personal pride flag I got. And I purchased it from Pride Month. So, yeah. Then my stickies. That's my computer. The artwork. And that's me. As a floof. I hope you guys didn't see the other side. I can't show you some parts of my room. Because it's shit not PG. Hey, Irma. Aram, hi. Welcome to the stream. Well, my haters call me gay furry, and all I do is make cats of emoji. My best advice is ignore them and focus on stuff that you enjoy doing. Because unless they know you personally, or you've mentioned that you're gay, furry, or anything like that in your content or your social media or any of your platforms, best advice is to ignore it and continue doing what you do. Focus on your happiness, not on the mean comments. Hi, puppy. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Hello. So now that I've got these onions sauteed, right, I'm gonna put these onions in the oven for the next 2 minutes. And let them in stages here. So, and this goes. So I'll take this. We are going to do the cabbage a little bit longer. I don't know. I'm decided. But we are going to go ahead and add the onions to the cabbage. And let this go a bit longer. I haven't figured out how much I want to do this at. I think it was meant to be like 400 degrees. If it is, then I'll modify this a bit here. So, is that therian mask? Technically, this is a therian mask. Yes, this is a therian mask. I am making steak with mashed potatoes. Oh, thank you, Autumn. I appreciate it. And yeah, being online for over almost 10 years, right? I've been doing social media for almost 10 years. Sometimes it's better to ignore the haters and focus on just your content. Because the bigger you get, the more haters you're going to get. And you need to have that mental capacity to, push all those out, negative comments, and focus on what you enjoy doing and continue doing what you do. Even if that doesn't mean you reply to any of the comments. Sometimes it's healthy not to reply to anyone, especially when you get big enough. So, do you say something about diabetic? I see that, but I don't gain weight. That seems like losing it. It depends on type of diabetes. There's type 1 and type 2. And so, yeah, there are different types of diabetes. So keep that in mind when we're talking about medical problems. So yeah. And type 1, I believe, is usually caused. Is it no? Type 2 is caused by the individual. Type 1 is insulin palm. One of those. One of those. Type 1. I am sorry you have diabetes. I've been creating content since I was at least 3. Nice. But yeah, one of those is caused by the individual, and the other one is actually caused by insulin palm, which unfortunately you can't control, but it's much harder. The one that you cause is easier to control actually, and you can actually reverse it. Sometimes, not all the time. Can't always reverse some stuff, but people can get better from that. Shoot, subs only mode? This isn't only subs mode. I know for a fact I didn't make the subs only mode. I've never made my live stream subs only. Because I just don't support that, so. Hi, Maru. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get this part with the steak in to cook. And we are gonna start the steak process because we got 6 minutes. And I want this on high. And I want to go ahead and preheat the pan. And the reason I want this on high, right, is I want to quick flash sear the steak. And so, and then once that's taken care of, we can focus on just blend the heat, cook the steak the rest of the way. House control vegan teacher. Oh, gotcha, that vegan teacher. Oh, she does sub only Movo. That's how she gets a lot of subs. But she also does body, which is like very much illegal. And there's a big content creator who was a religious fanatic, and he got banned by YouTube for sub body, his own channel. And so yeah, I think it was super controversial, way more than she was. She just attacks people, you know, and she's done controversial stuff, but not to the extreme that he's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up the steak, and I want this to heat up for about 2 more minutes, and then we should be able to be good with cooking the steak. Oh, there it goes. So, one of the ways you can check if the water is actually hot is you can take a little bit glass of water, and if it forms a bubble, it's past boiling point. That's how you know the pan is very drastically used. Forms that. So I'm going to go ahead and flash fire the steak, because this is very thin, and you want to do this quick, very quick. So now, as we do this, we want to make sure we're also using a non-stick skillet. And the reason I didn't cut the garlic, right, was because I want to incorporate the flavor of all of this in here at once. And so now, when you put cold meat in, the pan's going to cool down a bit, so gotta keep that in mind when we're actually cooking steak, as it cools it down to be cooked. So Now the butter is all gone, but that's okay. This is going to smell really good, and it's really, really yummy when we're done. BRB Enigma. Alright, sounds good. Anyone who speaks Spanish? I do not speak Spanish. Hi, Just Monarchy. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, puppy. Guy Asthma Gold. Wait, what? You're good. I do not speak Spanish. Okay. So we should have about 2 minutes left on this. So what we're going to do now is get the top, set this aside, and let the heat cook it. Let it cool off, set this aside, let the heat actually take care of cooking the rest, so we don't actually overcook it. We want medium rare. So as long as this is still sizzling, that means it's still past the boiling point, and so that's what we want. So, and we're going to let this cook for about 5 minutes. So I got 6 minutes, 30-second timer on there. I heard he banned on Twitch. Wait, who's banned? Wait, what? Yeah, be like that guy Asthma Gold. Wait, Asthma Gold got banned on Twitch? Are you serious? I'm surprised. It depends on like the platform, I guess. And so, yeah, very much depends on the platform. So, we want this to let the rosemary soak it all in, so it should be pretty good, hopefully. So while that is doing that, we can go ahead and start doing the mashed potato process. And it looks like that's all good. So we can go ahead and take this out. We're going to keep the cabbage in for a little bit longer. And we're going to start making mashed potatoes. Because I want mashed potatoes. So I'm going to get a metal bowl. Metal bowl. We'll go over here. He's going to move my cutting board. Okay. And we should. Oh my god. You guys saw none of that. No one saw anything. And this should. This needs to be more. It's longer than that. I'm going to do this for another 10 minutes. But I need to be squishy. I need to squish it down more. Alright. Where's the cabbage coming around? We'll cook this for another 10 minutes. Gonna let this come off. Because these are fully done. The steaks are done. I'm going to take my thing off. Because I am hot in this actually. It's hot once in a while. I need to break. These are cooked perfect. Oh. So, cooking it, the steak the way I made it. Anyone's no one's been. Oh, we already talked about that. And cooking the steak the way I did it gives it a small flavor of rosemary and garlic. It's not like overpowering, right? But
it does make it very flavorful, and it changes the profile just slightly that you're able to taste the difference. And the benefit of doing this way, I do speak English, yes. My main language is English. My secondary language is Ukrainian/Russian. Technically, Ukrainian Russian is my first language, but then I learned English because I've been here since 1999 of August. Um, but yeah, I'm full-blood Ukrainian and American secondary. So, um, yeah. I'm gonna turn this up to 450. And we're gonna start. And so yeah, everyone speaks English except you. Man, that sucks. It's okay. I hope you understand what I'm saying though. I do. We can actually add dill, right, to our potatoes. I might add dill. It's a big thing in Ukraine culture. Dill is very, very good. One of my favorites, by the way. If you don't like dill, then it's actually not that strong. I mean, it is, but not to that extreme. So, I'm just gonna add dill. And I did this with my other mashed potato recipe, actually, with the dill. And it turned out pretty well. So, you're better to mince the dill, right? Instead of pulling it out. And, just because it'll make smaller particles in there. And so, yeah. Thank you, Mary. Meryl, thank you for joining. And yeah. So I'm not the inventor of this. I watched Gordon Ramsay do it, and then my friend was like, "You should do this idea that Gordon Ramsay did," and I was like, "Yeah, might as well." I'm gonna check the potatoes real quick. Let's see if they're squishable. Oh, some of these are already squishable. Nice. I'm gonna let that cook for a bit longer. And I made steak with rosemary and garlic in here. And then I did sauteed onions, and then here I'll show you with cabbage, and then potatoes with garlic and rosemary on top, and the butter in there. So I'm trying to get that too. The garlic to actually soften up a bit, so I can incorporate that liquid aspect of the garlic inside the potatoes when I do the potatoes, because it'll be really good. But you gotta do it right. Otherwise it's hard. So I need the potatoes to soften up. But the steaks are done. The steaks are fully done. So you just eat the steaks while you wait for the potatoes. And this is just a pure like time thing. I don't know how long it takes for the steak, for the potatoes to soften up when I do the oven method. Cause like I've done it like twice. This is my third time doing this shit, bro. And it's just a time thing. I've done basting of the steaks 3 times. This is my 4th time doing this, and it's one of my favorite methods. Well, not one of my favorites, because I mean, you gotta do it right, otherwise you'll mess it up real quickly and ruin the whole thing. Well, steak is done though. I want to work at a steakhouse. I'd be good at it. help people out cook steak properly and do the techniques. That's what I want. Steakhouse. And then I can eat steaks every single day. That'd be nice. Actually, I don't know if they're allowed to do that because. But, yeah. My least experience cooking stuff is probably fish and shrimp. So, I don't do much of those. But, steak, you do a good job in nailing the color and the texture and the flavor. So, but I've been doing steaks for since I was in ninth grade. I've been cooking steaks, and so I'm old. Not that old. I'm not an ancient, but I'm not young either. Ooh, I feel the heat on that one. Dude, cheesecakes are so yummy. Yes! I support that. Hi, welcome to the stream on Backwood. Welcome. I found out that there's a song called Cheesecake. I forget who wrote it. But it's literally about cheesecake. But there's a song dedicated to just cheesecake alone. There is. And so, well, it was good. Yep. I have to check my food once in a while because I'm trying to make sure it's correct. I turned up the oven by 100 degrees, and so hopefully that'll expedite some stuff. So my furry friend Moonbeam, who made my fursuit, right? Her boyfriend came over and brought my pool suit. They spent the night here, and they were like, he was like, I want cheesecake, damn it! And it was like probably like 10:30, 10:45, and the Cheesecake Factory didn't close until like 11:30 or something. And we really wanted cheesecake, so we went to the Cheesecake Factory. Not before hearing the cheesecake song from him, and he just happened to have that on his playlist. That was funny. I'm actually gonna be hanging out with them. Let's not spam, please. I'll be hanging out with them in about 2 weeks from now. So I'm excited. There'll be a whole video, live streams, content from it. So because it's a con. I'm going to another con this year. So this is my second con this year. And that's it. No more cons for me this year. I only want to do 2 cons a year, right? That's it. Just 2 cons a year. Well, put my limit down. It was like, traveling is expensive. Luckily, this one is local, and Yeah. Because of my other con about first class. And the plane tickets weren't too bad. Both ways I think cost me like $650 to go to Atlanta, Georgia. Wasn't too bad for first class. But still ended up being expensive. I spent probably a good maybe $4,000 the entire trip. So, but I had money saved, might as well. And then probably 2 months later, my computer broke, so I had to buy a new computer. So that kind of messed up my money flow. I used my credit card for that. Really needed a computer, real bad. Mm-hmm. And then last month I bought me a new scooter. So I'm a bit in debt now. But I'm paying off slowly. It's not crazy at that, but still is considered that. And yeah. Hi AC. How you doing? Almost there. I'll set the timer real quick for about 5 minutes. And it should be ready. Where's the internet? Such a random question. Don't ask like complicated questions. We got 4 minutes until it's ready. And then we'll make mashed potatoes. And then we'll be Gucci. Mashed potatoes, sauteed cabbage. The cabbage is almost ready. I'm gonna say the cabbage is ready actually. Pull the cabbage out. Cabbage is ready. Kind of what I wanted. So we're gonna put this on top of the steaky. You're back! I didn't realize you were gone. How am I supposed to know when people are gone? Yeah, the cabbage is gone. enjoy the food. Enjoy food. Enjoy. So, put this on top of the steak. Ooh. I'm gonna turn this off. And we're gonna finish this. Let's see. This is what I wanted. This is actually perfect. Kind of what I wanted. Oh, this is a dill zone. But this is kind of what I wanted. This coloration on that. So this is gonna be yummy. And these should be nice crispy. These are nice and burnt. We use them up. It might have been like overcooked. Oh, that's hot. It's very hot. Alright, I'm gonna get my bowl. Put all this in a bowl. And we're gonna squish it. Oh, perfect timing. The boy. Oh, let's tear my tail. And we're gonna put all this in here. And we're gonna make mashed potatoes. Hopefully. Wish me good luck. Yeah, it's working! Oh, I'm so happy! It takes time to do it, but we did it. Oops. I think a metal thing would be better. I don't have a metal thing, though. I have a giant spoon. But like... I need a masher. That's what I need. The goddamn masher. Now, adding sour cream to this is also an option if you want to add like thickening agent, sour cream, which would be really good for this. And I would recommend mixing it in and not just topping it off with this. So I've done this before, and it works out really, really well. So yeah. We did it! I feel so happy. But this does take a while. So, hey IMP, welcome to the stream. How you doing? One of the things when you're cooking in the oven, gotta be careful of the temperature because you can really overdo it. And then what I did here with the garlic here is now it's like squishable, and so we can incorporate this into the mashed potatoes and get that flavor really well blended in. So there is a method behind all this, and my friend taught me this, and yeah, I'm incorporating it. Just a lot of work. Recommendation: use a metal bowl. So then once you've got the big chunks out, you can go and work on getting the smaller chunks and mashing it up. Boiling the potatoes would have been much faster, right? Oven takes a lot longer. And so if you want to do this in 20 minutes, recommendation is boiling it instead of doing oven. But this incorporates the flavor of the rosemary and the garlic. Because you can't really well boil garlic and get it to that level. They can with part of this, so. Be mindful when you're making mashed potatoes in terms of how you want this to be. So I added dill to this, and yeah. So arm workout. That's how you get stronger. Just make mashed potatoes every single day for the rest of your life, and you'll get very, very strong arms. Not joking. It does work. I personally won't be doing that, but I guess some people can do it. So when we cook garlic in the oven, you can actually eat this raw because it cuts down on the garlic flavor by a lot. And it still is strong, right? But you can eat the garlic raw. This is one of the ways that if you want to eat raw garlic, put in the oven, cook it, and then you can just eat garlic cloves raw. Because you will reduce it by a lot. The flavor will be way, way less potent. Way, way less potent than what you're normally used to. And it's done on purpose. So, edible garlic in the oven. You can just spread this around like mashed potatoes here. Once you've gotten to the base form, you can just kind of use a bigger fork or a bigger thing and mash it. Hi David, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Always with the jokes, aren't you? You've always been that way, Ashley. Ever since I've known you from day one, David. I like it, Ashley. If you want to melt butter in here, give it more consistency, you can. And so, I recommend peeling this before you do mashed potatoes because it just makes it easier to mash, and so. But if it's soft enough, you don't need to peel the skin off. But it is more work, so. There's not really much tricks to speed this up other than having an actual masher, and I've highly recommend one. I have no idea. Maybe because of furry content. I don't know. Good question. Good question. YouTube has been randomly pushing my content out. Hi, welcome to the stream, by the way, Mr. Rad. Mr. Rad, welcome. But like, I'm good at making videos, so I've had a whole bunch of random people say that my content gets pushed out to randomly, and I don't have an explanation for that. I don't have control over how YouTube pushes content, and so if it gets pushed to you, cool. I eat them with skin on. I like potato skin on, so I see very healthy, and so. There's also not many furry content creators that does cooking, so like I know Rex does cooking, he's a furry, and I know a few other content creators that do cooking, but there's not much. So there we go. I'm gonna get a plate and make this look presentable for you guys, because I like presentation. I think it's important. So grab it. Squishy, 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 squishy. Like I said, if you want a better consistency, add sour cream to this, and it might help the texture a bit. So, just a thought. Steak, sauteed cabbage. There you go. A bit overwhelming in terms of the amount of mashed potatoes, I feel like. But you guys get the picture, right? You guys get the picture. There you go. Dish done! Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. I'm gonna eat this in front of you guys now. And I wonder if, oh, she's awake probably. I'm gonna give some of this to my mother for her to taste. So, let's go. Let's get this get a bowl. Give her a bowl. The potatoes could be done longer. I rushed in terms of like putting this up to like way too high temperature wise. But that was my error. They were rushed. So, I can give some to my mother. I don't know if she's eaten or not yet. I'll be back. God. Old people sleep early. Very early. It's crazy. You should sleep, guys. It's like only 8:30. Whew. What's in here? When you microwave it, it will actually get cooked a bit more down, and you can squish it more. So you can actually be fine microwave mashed potatoes. Nothing wrong with it, actually. So garlic, I don't know if you can microwave garlic though. I don't know how that works. So never have actually microwaved garlic in my life. But I guess it works and work. So it works. So I think the complementary of the dill, the rosemary, the garlic, and the butter works really well for this dish, actually. So I just think I rushed on cooking the potatoes, even though I cooked them for like 40 minutes. But if I diced them up, they would have cooked a lot faster. And I think I need to add a bit more butter. So instead of adding 3/4 tablespoon or 3/4 cup, I would have added a cup of butter. So it turned out pretty well though. It is yummy. And then I would have probably doubled the amount of garlic cloves I would have added this. That's the only other thing I've done. So instead of adding like 6 to 8, I probably have done maybe 12 to 14. Mango does cooking. What? Oh, max 12. That's it. Max 12. Yep. That's the person does cooking. Max 12. Who? He goes, brr. I cook in my soup once in a while, but like when it comes to like generally soup cooking, gotta be careful because I'd rather not be cleaning up that mess if it gets in my soup. So but yeah. That's it. And I'm gonna end this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hit that like, subscribe, hit the all bell notification, and I'll see you guys next time for another live stream. Thinking about doing maybe that vegan teacher part 2 of that series I've been working on for you guys. I think it's been over a week. Try to do it like once every week or so on the vegan content. I go through all her videos and stuff, so we'll try to do that. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye all.